I thought some of you anglers might be interested in what fishing is like in Indonesia. This is the outside of a bait shop, and this is inside, and you'll see a wide assortment of fishing rods and as well as reels, and quite nice ones actually. I was pleasantly surprised to see that. There's also pre-mixed bait already packaged up into plastic bags. And here's what it is. You also see that over there on the right of that bowl is ant eggs. They take the packaged bait there on the left and they mix it with the ant eggs, and then they put it on their hook. You'll see the friend of mine here, he takes a little bit of it. He dampens his fingers and he just rolls it around on top of the hook, and that's how they put the bait on their hooks here in Indonesia. And you'll find that fishing in Indonesia, at least inland anyways, is considerably different than fishing here in the United States, because the majority of the rivers are a little bit less than what we consider clean enough to fish in, or more than likely there's no fish at all left in the majority of the rivers. And so they build these large pools like you see right here, and they call them fish pools, and they raise the fish in a location right next to this pool, and then they bring the fish over and they set them into these places. And then they people that want to fish, they'll pay a small fee. They'll come in here and they'll sit down and at one of these little slots. They're kind of roped off. You can't hardly see the ropes, but you have a slot that you're able to fish in, and that's how fishing is done here in Indonesia. It's quite an interesting system actually. You can see here the men are just sitting around. There's approximately 16 slots that these people can sit at this particular pool. I've seen other pools where they're considerably smaller. Right after I got my video camera set up, pointed directly at my friend on the opposite side, he immediately lashed onto one of the fish and he started pulling it in. So I walked around to see if I could help him out and pulled the fish up, and I held on to it, and as soon as I looked at it to pull the hook out of its mouth, I saw that the fish had swallowed the hook. So I thought, okay, simple. Like in the US, I would just reach down, grab the needle nose pliers, reach down in there and gently take the hook out. But you'll see that none of these Indonesian men have any type of tackling whatsoever with them. And so they just manage to do what they can with what they have. And so you see my friend there next to me, he sees that he can't get that hook out either. So he looks for another instrument or tool, and he finds a little stick. And so he just takes a little stick down in there and pushes it around a little bit, and out comes the hook, just as simple as that. So that's how you fish without a big old giant tackle box. Here in Indonesia at these fishing pools, you also see that there's a system in place to keep things fair, because some people believe that if one person's catching a lot of fish, the other men aren't, then they would want to be in that man's particular position. And so a guy will come around every once in a while and move the ropes a little bit. And then there's also another system in place where a girl will come around, or a guy, and give a piece of paper. It's kind of like a little lottery system. You see what she's doing back there right now. She'll hand everybody a piece of paper and they'll draw a number. Then whatever number they draw is the slot that they'll move to next. So that keeps everybody happy, that nobody's being able to fish in a particular location where they think that the fish all congregates in. Fishing here at these pools isn't about just going fishing. I was talking to one Indonesian man, and he said that 80% of going to these fishing pools is about just talking and having fun, and only 15% of it is, you know, having the fun fishing, and even less than that, the 5% is the food that you have from it. So most of the reason that these men come here is just to have a good time talking with one another and just getting away and having a break. We arrived here at this pool at approximately 1:30 in the afternoon, and we were actually the last ones that arrived there. Everybody else was already there, and I left at 5:30, and they were all still there. The same people that were there when I got there were still there. So, and they stayed until like 8 o'clock at night when it closed. There are also smaller pools. Here's one. It's really small. There's probably only like 6 or 4 slots in this one here. This one was located just below of where we live on the side of the ridge. Here's some guys. You'll see they're just having a great time. And that's what fishing in Indonesia is really all about. For those of you that want to actually catch fish, and actually big fish at that, there are a number of rivers in the island of Sumatra as well as in the island of Kalimantan that have great fishing in them. There's also the ocean all the way around all these islands. These pools that I just showed you, they were located in the city of Bandung. It's inland on the island of Java. So if you'd like to come to the island of Sumatra and go fishing, there's some huge rivers there with they're just teeming with fish, waiting for you to come and enjoy fishing there.